I hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in the darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short, oh Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine, 3 hours is too much. And to keep the actors out of the audience, God, I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a good story, and a few tunes that will take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, isn't that the point? Amen. You know, there was a time when people sat in darkened theaters and thought to themselves, what if George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or, can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue the charade? It used to be sitting there in the dark, you knew that when the lights came up, you would be transported to another world. A world full of color and music and glamour. And you thought, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Hello. How are we today? I'm feeling a bit blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should be feeling anxious at this age. You know, a little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness, a state that I call blue. Anyway, whenever I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records this morning. Yes, records. And I was about to put on the soundtrack recording of Meredith Willson's The Music Man. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I thought, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s, when the champagne flowed while the caviar chilled and all the world was a party. For the wealthy, anyway. So I dug about, and what did I find but one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a two-piece set with the original cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? And this is a full 15 years before she became Dame Beatrice Stockwell. Can you believe it? Let me read to you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Of course, the phrase gay wedding has different meaning now. Back then, it just meant fun. And that's exactly what this show is. Fun. So, would you indulge me? Would you let me play the record for you now? I was hoping you would say yes. Do you hear that static? I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine. All right, now, let's visualize. Imagine, if you will, it's November 1928. You've just arrived at the doors of the Morosco Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August now. It's global warming. We're all doomed! Anyway, it's very cold, and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky. But you don't care, because you're going to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't this wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Overtures. Overtures are out of style. I miss them. It was the show's way of welcoming you. Hello. Welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's what an overture is. A musical appetizer. A poo-poo platter of tunes, if you will. Ooh, what's this? Something new. That sounds like a dance kind of rollicking. Maybe involving pirates. Don't worry, there are no pirates. All right, now here it comes. The moment when the music starts to build,
Radiant, Mrs. Tottendale.
Oh, I do love this dress so. It never goes out of style.
It's a miracle, madam.
My dress, my dress, my fancy dress. I don't know why I'm wearing it. I'm not sure it's my dress, my dress. I love my dress. Someone tell me why I put it on.
Yes, yes, your dress, fancy dress. 'Twas such a pleasure airing it, restitching and repairing it. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Madam, you're the hostess and it's happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ding, wedding bells will dong. Wedding bells will ding and we will ding along.
Your dress, your fancy dress. We're very, very glad you put it on.
Wedding guests have come, wedding guests are here. Wedding guests are at the door and soon they will appear.
I'm Robert, the bridegroom. I'm here to marry Janet, that star of Belgium's follies whom I love a lot. I'm George, that's George, the best man George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. Mrs. Toddell, don't you worry. I got this whole wedding planned now. The key is organization. See? Each string represents a task yet to be completed. Yell at the florist, pay the musicians, book the minister. This whole wedding is going to run like clockwork.
Oh, is there going to be a wedding?
I'm Felton, producer. I lost my leading lane. I gotta stop this wedding or I might get shot.
I'm Kate, just kidding. I'm Kate that mixed up about it. I'll be a lady if I get my shot.
Some pastry chefs, we cross out. Some pastry chefs, no bakery. A bakery is what we got. You are the king of romance, so you kiss along. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Someone hasn't come, someone isn't here. Where is Janet and Rockland? When will she appear? It's Janet coming around.
I'm Janet, Janet and Jack, here to marry Lord Martin. King of a light seller, time and night. I'm the chaperone, chaperone of Janet and Jack, maid of honor, friend and confidant. It's all that run. Where's the bar?
Prohibition, madam.
I think I brought my own. It makes me drowsy. It's really happening. It's really happening. What's happening? What is happening?
Tricks, tricks, of the sky. A circle where the strand is in the heart of apparatus. Tricks, tricks. I gotta fly. I'll see you when they die.
All the guests have arrived. We have a bride giving up the stage for love, her debonair bride, a hairy producer, jovial gangsters posting in pastry chefs, a flaky Corinne, a Latin Lothario, and an aviatress, what we now call a lesbian. And of course my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What more do you need for an evening's entertainment? we will ding along. I don't even know what that means. All right, I'll take you through this record as best I can. Don't worry, it won't be hard to follow. All the characters are two-dimensional and the plot is well worn. So we begin with a welcome from the love-struck group. Well, I just wanted to thank you all for coming out tonight. I tell you, I must be some lucky fellow. Why, who would have thought that I, would be willing to marry such a glamorous showgirl, and that glamorous showgirl would be willing to give up a successful career for me, Rockmine. Now, if it weren't for Prohibition, I'd say let's raise a glass to Miss Janet Vandergraaf, the most beautiful girl in the world. Absolutely not! Excuse me? The bride and groom must not see each other on the day of the wedding. It's bad luck! I hope you heard that, because that's the plot. Hang on for the ride. Breakfast will be served in the Arabian room. Walk this way. Say, isn't it a little bit early in the day to be drinking?
I don't understand the question.
Look, just keep Janet away from Robert. You're the chaperone. It's your only job.
Aye, mon capitaine.
Oh, Robert, who's my little monkey?
I am. I'm your little monkey. So the bride and groom are whisked away, and we turn our attention to the B plot, which involves the producer.
Mr. Bouncy?
Getting married and leaving show business.
Mr. Bouncy?
Doesn't she know I got obligations?
Mr. Bouncy, you don't need Janet no more. I could be a leading lady.
Kitty, not now.
No, but you said it yourself. I'm useless in the chorus.
Kitty, you just don't got what it takes.
No, but I've been working on things like singing and acting and ballet.
Ballet?
Yeah, and I'm pretty good too. Last week, I auditioned for Swan Lake.
A little annotation here. Kitty and Feltic were a couple in real life, Jack and Sadie Adler. Now, this is a familiar comic construct, a stupid woman and her long-suffering companion. Well, she appears stupid, but in the end she does something clever and has everybody wondering whether it's all just an act. The irony here is that Sadie actually was quite stupid. Jack had to explain all the jokes to her, apparently. Yeah, but still, she had a wonderful career on the stage. At that time, theater was the only place where stupid people could earn a decent living. But this was before television, of course. Kitty, I don't have time for this.
T4, Mr. Feldzig?
No thank you.
Yeah, perhaps a nice profiterole?
Boys, I'm not hungry.
Then perhaps you got something else to chew on. Yeah, something that ain't food.
What?
Your confusion is to be expected. See, although we stand before you in the guises of innocent pastry chefs, we are also, and primarily, employees of a certain individual.
A certain individual?
A certain individual who happens to be the largest single investor of Feldzig's Follies. He has sent us here from Sandusky as pastry chefs to express his concerns about Miss Vandergraaf's impending nuptials. Specifically, that if she gets married and leaves the show, then there ain't no show!
Say, don't I know you from somewhere?
No, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No, but I have a cousin in Seattle.
Kitty, listen, boys, you tell your boss he's got nothing to worry about. You have my word.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right, but go back on that word, and it would be a recipe for disaster. Now, I hope we have made ourselves perfectly clear.
One can only hope.
You just gotta be kidding me.
A trifle much?
Just don't talk with me.
All right. You can drop the pastry, Shepard.
Alas, weaken us. We're on the lamb now. The lamb's an entree, you macaroon.
The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall brothers, John and Peter Tall. They were born Abram and Mendel Moskowitz, but were renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were a typical example of the early Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movements, not particularly intimidating. Unless you find dancers intimidating. Which I do, but for reasons that would not be appropriate to the situation.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Felton. In the meantime, feel free to browse the dessert carousel. Try a Toledo surprise. It's to die for!
Holy cats! Mr. Felton! They are gangsters from Ohio.
Yes, very perceptive, kitty. Now go powder your nose.
Holy cats.
Oh, Lord. I've got to stop the sweating. But how?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. So with the plot well on its way, let's transition to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He started out as the Albright toothpaste man. His fabulous smile adorned every tube. Albright was hugely popular in the early 20s because it contained cocaine. Well, it's true. If you looked at the label, it was the 5th ingredient down right after sugar.
Now, don't get worried. It's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Of course!
I love Percy Hyman. Now, some people say he was a bad actor, but to those people I say, shut up!
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man. Shaking and the quaking, trembling like them fraidy cats do. Something may be bothering you.
Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, cold feet can be uncontrolled feet. Rhythm make them cold feet trot down the aisle. Frosty arches take and learn to swing. Icy toes can guard. Wedding marches played in ragtime I hope you don't mind the tap water. Sure. Hyman was a wonderful performer. I like to think of him panting and sweating after a long dance routine. He's still alive, you know. I just saw him on the news recently celebrating his 100th birthday. To say that the passing years have taken their toll on him would be a gross understatement. They wheeled him out, and he had that pained, wide-eyed look of confusion that God reserves for the very, very elderly on their birthdays. You know the one I'm talking about, the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" You know the one I'm talking about? Anyway.
Well, that's enough of that dancing around like a fool. Sorry, George. Just trying to calm my nerves. Well, it is my wedding day after all.
You could have hurt yourself. Tap dancing is too dangerous. Say, why don't you go out for a skate instead? That's what I like to do when I got jitters.
George, what would I do without you?
Oh, no, wait, what was I thinking? You can't go out like that. You might see Janet. Here, take this blindfold.
George, you think of everything.
Oh, I'm just looking after you, my boy. And no more tap dancing. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It does this occasionally. It rings. It will stop. Just ignore it. What? What do you want?
Hello. For whatever reason, I cannot reach the phone right now. Please leave a short message, and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. And I am very likely home, so do not interpret this as an invitation to burgle.
Well, that's it. The moment is ruined. Thank you. Thank you, life. It's like a cell phone going off in the theater. God, I hate that. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Oh, I'm at the theater, ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't get out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry. Let's just shake that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928, but I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding time.
So the scene shifts and we find the bride, the glamorous Janet Van Graff, entertaining questions from reporters by the pool.
Miss Van Graff, is it true that you're giving up a successful career to marry a man you hardly know? Yes. Roberts and I met at the theater deck
listen.
I've got a question. How can you give up the footlight when you know perfectly well you've got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Oh, come on, Jen. Dump the mug, stay with the follies. I'll do anything you want. I'll put your name above mine.
Victor, if you think this is about vanity, then you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride a moon no more. I don't want to show off. I don't want to wear this no more. Play the saucy Swiss
killing her!
Well, not so fast now, boys. I mean, this isn't over yet.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't ask for an encore. I don't wanna encore no more. Ask for more. Make the audience roar no more. I don't wanna
That was Jane Roberts as the bride. She was the Oops Girl. Remember? Oh, surely you remember the Oops Girl. Don't you people read? She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great that she caused all the men around her to have accidents. Spill their drinks, drive their cars into trees, and she would go, oops. I'm not really doing it justice, but people ate it up. They made a whole series of films. Oops Girl Come Home, and Oops Girl Let's See, which won an Oscar for special effects.
All right. So begging and groveling didn't work. So it's on to plan B, and for that I need an accomplice. Someone gullible and with loose morals. I need a European. La la la.
In walks Aldolfo, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Aldolfo was played by the former silent film star and world-class alcoholic Roman Bartelli. He was the one who later drank himself to death at his chateau in Nice. Remember? It was 5 days before they found the body, and by that time he had been partially consumed by his poodles. It was only partially consumed.
Excuse me, I don't believe we've met.
I am Adolfo!
You are Adolfo?
Yes, I am Adolfo!
But not the Adolfo.
Yes, I am Adolfo!
That's funny, you don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes, I am. What?
Oh, well, I just now happened to overhear the groom saying that he thought Adolfo was a scoundrel. I just now heard you say that.
What? This is outrageous! You're saying this to peoples? Two beautiful ladies with breasts for making love. Why? I must!
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes. I must take this man into my hands.
No, don't kill him. No. Just hurt him. Bad enough so he can't get it.
Show me to this room. Wait! What? And the man is this room.
Well,
A big man?
well, he
A burly fellow?
well, he's big on the outside.
No. Adolfo, he does not fight big men. He fights small, wheezy, tiny, little dwarf men that he can punt very far away. That is the kind of man Adolfo will fight. But no big men.
So you're a lover, not a fighter.
Yes. Adolfo is a lover of beautiful ladies. Some say I am the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get back at a man is through his
Czar!
No. The best way to get back at a man is through his
Window!
No. The best way to get back at a man is through his
Oh. Well, there are no other ways. I am not Santa Claus coming down chimney.
Through Adolfo, you must seduce his woman. His woman. His bride. Ah, Adolfo will make love to his bride.
That will show people that Adolfo is no scoundrel. Show me to his bride. Wait! What kind of woman is this bride? Is a big woman? A burly woman?
No, she's the cat's pajamas.
The cat's pajamas?
She's a looker, an attractive. Ah.
Show me to this cat in pajamas. Adolfo will make her meow. Meow. Meow.
Stop.
Like a cat in pajamas.
Chewing the scenery. You certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature, contemporary audiences are far too sophisticated to enjoy such broad racial stereotypes on the stage. That's why we banished them to Disney, at the children's ornament.
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition after all.
I am aware of that, madam.
We have to use code words. For instance, if someone wants a glass of ice water, it really means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
What's a glass of ice water?
Vodka.
Ice water.
Vodka.
Ice
Vodka! Vodka!
Let me see. That's settled then. One last thing to do. Annabelle, my countries have a glass of ice water. I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would enjoy a glass of refreshing ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That's your vodka, you poop!
I despise this scene.
Well, now I do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam.
Yes, ice water. Are you going deaf?
Would that I were.
You can see where this is going, can't you? It's really just a series of spit takes.
Your ice water, madam.
You know, in some ways, the Drowsy Chaperone was very progressive for its time. A female director, for instance.
Your ice water, madam.
Yes, some elements were progressive, others were stale in 1928. You know what? I'm just going to skip ahead.
Your ice water, madam.
Where do you think you are going?
To find some lime juice, madam.
Limes. Oh, for heaven's sake, why?
To wring out my eyebrows and make myself a gimlet.
Oh.
Now you're probably asking yourself, what was that routine doing in the show? Well, it's very simple. There's a song coming up and they needed to allow time for a set change. It's mechanics, it's like pornography. Let me explain what I mean by that. In pornography, the storyline is usually very simple. How do I pay for this pizza being the classic example? And my point is, as in a musical, the plot only exists to connect to the longer, more engaging production numbers. What? Well, what kind of a society do we live in if we can't discuss the similarities between pornography and musical theater?
In a few hours, I'm going to be Mrs. Robert Martin. Oh, my head is spinning.
Yes, life is a mad whirlwind.
Now this is a really interesting scene. This is the only time in which Beatrice Stockwell and her counterpart are on the stage alone together. Now, Jane Roberts was an emerging star, but Beatrice Stockwell was already well established and a force to contend with.
Oh, I'm so full of apprehension. But I suppose that's normal, considering the circumstances. Have you ever been married, Chaperone?
Heavens no. I drink for pleasure, not out of necessity.
Your icebox, madam. I'm afraid we're fresh out of olives.
Keep them coming. I want one every 3 seconds. Literally.
Yes,
Chop chop.
madam.
Have you ever been married, underling?
Heavens no, madam. If I'm going to serve a woman, I prefer to be paid for my efforts.
Cheers!
Oh, you two. I know it seems crazy to give up a successful career to marry a man I hardly know. But somehow, for some reason, when I look into his eyes, his big monkey eyes, gee, I get all woozy. And that's love, isn't it?
Not necessarily. The wooziness could be caused by any number of things. I mean, I'm woozy right now, and I'm certainly not in love.
Now, Beatrice Stockwell was known for her rousing anthems. She entertained and inspired troops in every major world conflict up to and including the Falklands War. Of course, by that time, she was in her late 80s, and her anthems didn't so much rouse as stupefy. But still, she demanded that a rousing anthem be done in every show she ever did, even if it wasn't appropriate. But you just couldn't say no to her. That's star power.
Really, you're not being the least bit helpful. Couldn't you at least allay my fears with a few choice words of inspiration?
Inspiration? Really, dear, that's not my forte.
Yes, but
As
if you...
we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there,
you just love her? Basically, she sings a rousing anthem about alcoholism. That's what I love so much about her. She just does her own thing when she wants, regardless of the needs or concerns of others. My mother was like her.
Well, that was quite inspiring, Chaperone. But I'm still conflicted. Oh, please just tell me, is Robert the man for me?
My dear, that is something you'll have to decide for yourself.
But I just don't know if he loves me.
Then why don't you ask him? Why don't you say, Roger, do you love me?
It's Robert, and I'm not allowed to see him. In fact, it's your job to keep me away from him.
You're right, and I take my responsibility very seriously. But at this moment, I'm feeling terribly, terribly drowsy. I'm afraid I'm going to have to take the lighty down. Now, whatever you do, don't go wandering through the garden seeking out your fiancé to ask him the question upon which your future happiness depends.
Oh, thank you, Chaperone. I just have to know if he loves me.
Such a skinny little fool. Still, I envy her. Oh, when will love come crashing through my door?
La 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 la.
Look who it is. It's Adolfo come to seduce the bride.
I am Adolfo.
Try not to think of the poodles while you're listening.
And you are the bride.
No, I don't.
What? This is a bridal suite. You are the only one here. Therefore, you must be the bride.
Interesting argument, but I'm afraid you are a moron.
What?
Me, no bride. But perhaps I could take a message.
Yes, very well. Dear Vandograph Bride, I wish to make love to you and transport you to a place of ecstasy. Sooner the better. Son, Adolfo, king of romance.
Well, you found me out. You saw through my little ruse.
Ah, so you are the bride.
Apparently. Yes. Take me, Adolphus.
No! No, 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 no! Not Adolphus! Adolfo! You must remember my name, so that when we are making love, you are screaming. Say the right thing. Rule everything. How can I make you remember? Music! I'm sure that you have heard the name Adolfo. This man is a claim Adolfo. Without me saying the same Adolfo. To introduce myself, I am Adolfo.
Nice to meet you, shall we?
Not so fast. So just in case you didn't hear Adolfo, I'd like to make it very clear, Adolfo. The love is always here, Adolfo. And I repeat myself, I am Adolfo.
Understood.
I can sing it very high, Adolfo. I can sing it very low, Adolfo. I can sing it very fast, Adolfo. I can sing it very something? No? It goes!
I think it was her secret fantasy to be swept off her feet by a Latin lover. I mean a real Latin lover, not a buffoon. But that's what's so great about musicals. Romance, falling in love at the drop of a hat, spontaneous takeaway, suddenly finding himself in an insanely romantic setting. Yes. I'm sorry, who am I speaking to anyhow?
Why, it's me. Me from France.
This scene couldn't be more ridiculous.
So, you are marrying Janet Vandergraaf, no?
Oui.
I hear she's very beautiful.
Oui.
And glamorous.
Oui.
Is it true that she has an exceptionally broad range and excels at playing both comedic and dramatic roles?
Say, I'm having trouble placing your accent. What part of France did you say you were from?
Oh, the middle part, where they make the toast. So, you were telling me about your, how do you say in English, fiancé?
That's right.
So tell me, when was the moment you knew that she was the only one for you?
Well, it's a funny story, actually. We were standing on the Lido deck of the Ile-de-France.
Yes.
I was amusing her with stories of my father's oil interests.
And then what happened?
I looked into her eyes. Her big, glamorous eyes. Oh, and then I felt all woozy.
And then you fell. Oh, and then you fell?
And then I fell right on my keister. And I said, well, I guess I don't have my sea legs yet.
But you haven't left the dog.
Well, that's what she said. And that's like when I knew that it must be love.
And then you said,
And then I said, there was a time I could stop on a dime, for that was one of my talents. But since you've been around, I can't hold my ground. I'm consistently losing my balance. I'm an accident waiting to happen. I'm a mishap about to ensue. I'm the toy on the stair, the three-legged chair that has been caught by a shoe. When my two lipstick arms started flapping, there was nothing ankles could do. I'm an accident waiting to happen, so how be I happen to you?
and then what happened?
Well, then she joined in.
When men say I'm sweet and they fall at my feet, my heart couldn't beat.
started waiting to happen. So hurry and happen to me.
Wait! You kissed a strange French girl on your wedding day?
No! Oh no! What have I done? Mimi, wait!
Well, it seems like a blindfold and a fake French accent have led to a terrible misunderstanding. Will it all work out in the end? Of course it will. It's not real, it's a musical. Everything always works out in musicals. In the real world, nothing ever works out. The only people who burst into song are the hopelessly deranged.
Mr. Felton?
Where's that philandering foreigner?
Mr. Felton?
How long does it take to seduce one bride?
Mr. Felton, you don't need Janet no more. I could be a leading lady.
Kitty, no.
I've been working on my new mind-reading act. Presenting Kitty, the Incomprehensible! Now think of something.
Oh, I'm thinking of something already. You were reading your own mind, you idiot.
Oh! No wonder it was so easy.
Mr. Felton, it would seem that the wedding is proceeding according to schedule.
Well,
It's
yes.
time you receive your just desserts. What do you think, partner? Shall we whip them up something special? Yeah. How about a Toledo surprise? An inspired choice.
Toledo surprise. I don't think I've heard of that.
No, you haven't. Because those who have heard of it are generally never heard from again. We'll share the recipe with you. First, you chop the nuts. Then you pound the dough. Then you bake it up nice and slow. And then you got a Toledo surprise!
Could you just share that recipe with me one more time?
It's a very simple recipe, Mr. Felton. First, you chop the nuts. Then you pound the dough. Then you bake it up nice and slow. And then you got a Toledo surprise! Why don't we give them a little taste?
All right. Wait. Boys, look at you. Such style, such grace, such rhythm. All right. Open your fists. Now shake them. Now give me that recipe one more time. Da 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 da! Go!
Chop the nuts, pound the dough,
Front.
bake it up, nice and slow. Then you got a Toledo surprise. Bit of meat, peel the skin, mush it up, throw it in, just taste the Toledo surprise. You beat it up, then you sweet it up. When you heat it up, if the tries to rise, don't let it. It's a snap. Try it, folks. Whip your whites, spray your yolks. That's a tasty Toledo surprise.
You boys are naturals. Keep it up. I'll work on the contracts. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Felton? Oh, what's going on?
Kitty, I'm developing a new act.
Toledo surprise.
Wait, you're putting me in the job and you won't put me in it?
back of things.
Backup dancers. Holy cat! My
What it is off?
What? Oh God, why?
And therefore has me love to the bride.
Oh. Ew.
That's not the bride, you idiot. That's the chaperone.
What?
The wedding is on.
The wedding is on. Robert kissed a French girl. Her name is Mimi. She's very beautiful.
Well, I couldn't help it, Janet. She was just like you. Only French. Oh, sweet mother of pearl.
Hi, Renee.
Yes, madam.
What's all this commotion about?
The wedding, madam.
Wedding? Oh, I love weddings.
I'm afraid it's been called off.
Oh, how terrible.
Oh, yes. What a tragedy. What a wonderful, wonderful tragedy. Clear the floor, boys. I'll show you how it's done. First you beat it up, then you sweet it up, then you heat it up. If it tries to rise, don't let it. Toledo surprise!
Wait till it's ready. Pause. Wait till it's ready. Pause.
Wait until it's ready.
Now get ready. Pause. Makes me twitch. Makes me shake. It's dessert. Takes me cake. It's me like torpedo. Toledo surprise.
Toledo surprise!
Oh, Robert, this is the saddest day of my
It's a power bar. I have to eat small meals all day, or else I get jittery and have a blood sugar issue. I know it's rude, but you wouldn't like the alternative. Believe me. I remember my wedding day. The service wasn't until 4 in the afternoon, and I didn't eat breakfast that morning. I do. Are you surprised that I was married? Well, there you go. You shouldn't go making assumptions about people, should you? I am a very complicated person. I have to pee now. I'll be back. In the meantime, you can listen to the beginning of Act 2 of the Drowsy Chaperone.
They call a pretty lady abroad.
They have hair upon their chest, and they only
Have one?
God. Impossible! What?
Sorry. That song was not from the Drowsy Chaperone. That song was from another musical entirely. I have a woman who comes in once a month. Can you say that? I have a woman? Anyway, she cleans the things I absolutely refuse to clean. She's very good, but she has this annoying habit of putting my records back in the wrong sleeves. Even though I say, no touch records, Carmela, no touch records. I suppose if I spoke to her in complete sentences, she'd stop touching my records. Anyway, that song began Act 2 of another Gable and Stein show, The Enchanted Nightingale, a degrading piece of chinois about an emperor who is told by a bird to marry his American elocutionist instead of his betrothed, and he ends up building the Great Wall of China. A slap in the face to 4,000 years of Chinese history. But it had some great tunes. That was Gertrude Lawrence as American Lady. And did you recognize Roman Bartelli's brother Benito as the emperor? Yes, the Bartelli family were a family of 1,000 accents, all of them incredibly insulting. Act 2 of the Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. She sings it bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous because it's the middle of the day. Anyway, while you're listening to this, try to ignore the lyrics. I know it will be difficult, just the plot from out, they're not the best. But the tune is beautiful. It truly conveys the bride's state of mind. Just ignore the lyrics.
Why
little misty when I think of that jacket lying on the pedestal. Its tiny sleeves dangling on the floor.
Oh, monkey, 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 you'll roll my heart in two. But I'll always save that pedestal
Pedestal.
for you. Come, my little monkey. Come, my little monkey.
Alright, here we go.
Wait,
Who are you?
I'm Janet
Do
Vandergraft.
you need anyone?
I don't need anyone.
What about the love of one man?
What do I care about the love of one man when I'm adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy? No, no, no. I'm the world, so I chose. Singing forth the flowers to me every show. You're too touchy, handing me a rose.
How should really let's go?
I'm Janet Vandergraft. Ain't no male that I can't handle. Why give up a life of glamour, life of glamour, life of glamour?
I love this part. She's having a complete mental breakdown.
I don't wanna show off no more. I don't wanna spread mirth no more. Be the greatest on earth no more. I don't wanna. Short, daddy, future isn't yours, daddy, yours. Do not lie. And the future I never care to shade. Includes just one true kind instead. Who drives me what a fool I've been. I know now that I love you. I'm so lonely. But it's love enough? Is love ever enough? I ask, monkey, monkey, monster, monkey, monkey, it's the monkey for my
Don't you just love that number? It has a little everything, a little Busby Berkeley, a little Jane Goodall. And that's another thing that I love about musical theater in general. When a character's in crisis, they sing and dance. Just so much more interesting than just whining about it. But that is the glory of musical theater. If you think about it, it's the only... Oh, you see, this is what I'm talking about. This is life. You manage to be happy for 5 seconds and then something starts ringing.
Oh, what a beautiful day for a wedding.
Shall I have the cues removed now, or would you prefer that I wait until morning?
I'm going to stop the record here because I don't want the moment to be ruined by a ringing telephone. Here, we have two vaudeville performers who have slipped through the cracks of time. They are Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. I don't know anything about them. I suppose Ukulele Lil played the ukulele, although she doesn't in this show. In fact, I tried to find out more about them. I went through all my books. I even tried the internet, but all I found were a bunch of Tiny Tim's autopsy photographs. Anyway, they're both charming.
Why did you have the pews removed?
Why, the bride has called off the wedding, madam.
Oh, underling, never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very, complex emotion.
Yes, madam.
You can be very close to someone 1 minute, and why the next minute you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
I am familiar with the urge to strangle. Yes.
Well, you see, that's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like on the ball, let the ball roll up to the end. Love is always love.
Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy, madam.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love is hard to follow, love is hard to think, but love is always there to trusty friends. What a happy day for things to change and happy golden. Love is always love to the end.
If you are aware, madam, Anne Boleyn lost her head.
Yes, she was in love. Love is good to be da da da, and hands the la la.
May I pose a question, madam?
Why, of course.
Why did nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do.
Love is always lovely in the end. Oh my, but I found that quite taxing. Excuse me, madam, while I pour myself a glass of ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you, love drops from above, but love has never come to you again. Love has yours can find me and mine to love. Love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, you silly. Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Love is always lovely in the end.
Love is always lovely in the end.
Yes, that was charming. But to be frank, on some level, that number pisses me off. Now, I'm going to say something here. And yes, I have been drinking. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that love is not always lovely in the end. Often in the end, there are lawyers. And another thing. Surely somebody was aware of the awkward sexual connotation of that title. Love is always lovely in the end. Or is it just me? Sorry. Just thought that had to be said for the benefit of the young people. I won't interrupt anymore. Ooh, there's a moment coming up that I've become obsessed with.
Oh, Chaperone, there you are. I'm in a terrible state. You certainly are. You can't go to a wedding looking like that.
Oh, you poor dear. Haven't you heard? The wedding's been called off.
Not your wedding, mine.
You're getting married? But to whom?
La 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 la. Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Adolfo?
I know it's surprising, but when I look into his eyes, his big, clumsy eyes, I get all drowsy, and that's love, isn't it?
Yes, dear, that is love. And me!
There you are. Alright, look, Janet. I'm going to put all my cards on the table. I got a weak heart. Can't take the pressure. If this goes on any longer, the old ticker is going to give out. So please tell me, is there going to be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Oh, thank the good Lord in heaven.
Adolfo and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
There you are. I have wonderful news. There's going to be a wedding.
Oh, we know.
You know?
Yes, we just heard.
Daddy told you. I did. But how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Miss Tottendale and I are to be married in the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What?
Yes. Congratulations to everyone.
Say, what kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everybody's getting married except the bride and groom. There you are. Oh, Janet, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Please don't be that way. Can't you find it in your heart to marry me? Janet, it's all right. George has gone to all this trouble and, well, I do love you. More than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes, and I just can't understand it. Look, I know this may sound ridiculous, but when I was kissing that French girl, I was just like I was kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
You mean you're Amy? That French accent was remarkably accurate.
Why, thank you. I developed it when I played the role of Monique in Hold That Baguette.
Why lose?
Was it so cruel to use my great skills as an actress to test your love for me?
Oh, Janet, the fact that you can flee so easily, why it makes me love you even more.
Oh, Robert.
Janet.
There you are. Now, before you do anything, just think about this. No matter how well you play the role of happy wife, you will never ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I just don't know. Oh, I'm so confused. Chaperone, please, just this once, give me some advice in this coherent and appropriate situation. Should I marry Robert?
And this is it, the moment I was talking about. Not only the culmination of the plot, but a moment that has fascinated me more than any other, and that has brought me back to this record time and time again. Here it is.
Well, my advice to you is...
And this is it, listen.
Well, you can!
Oh! You see? You can't quite make out what she says because somebody drops a cane. I'll play it for you again.
Well, you can!
Oh! She's saying, live while you can, or leave while you can?
Well, you can!
Oh! I mean, it's Beatrice Stockwell, so might just be a cynical quip, but that is exactly what you think when you're standing at the altar, isn't it? Live or leave. And you have to live. Because you do love her in some way. It's not an exact science. An arrow doesn't fall from the sky and tell you the one you're supposed to be with. So one day you say it to someone, you say, I love you. And you basically phrase it as a question, but they accept it as fact, and then suddenly there she is standing in front of you in a $3,000 dress with her nephew making the chuppah. So what do? Do you say, I was kidding, I was joking? No, you can't. You live, right? You choose to live. And for a couple of months you stare at the alien form in your bed beside you and you think to yourself, who are you? Who are you? And one day you say it out loud. Then it's a trial separation, and couples counseling, and all your conversations are about your eating disorder and her Zoloft addiction, and you're constantly redefining and reevaluating and rethinking before you finally lose the lease on the house, and the whole relationship ends on a particularly ugly note with your only copy of Gypsy spinning through the air and crashing against the living room wall. But still, in the larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left, right?
Well, you can!
Oh! You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Oh, Chaperone, you certainly have a way with words. Robert, my answer is yes, I will marry you.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful!
Well, Mr. Feldzig, looks like this wedding is a done deal. Now you're in trouble, and there's nothing you can do about it.
But there is. Boys, I've got a new leading lady. Hit it! Presenting King the Incredible. All right, now, Kitty, concentrate real hard and show the boys how you can read my mind. My mind. That's perfectly normal. To be expected. Yes, that's normal too. It's completely. That's normal. She's fine. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
I'm getting something!
I was thinking that too.
Getting something!
And that too.
Kitty!
Yes?
Will
Isn't that incredible?
you
Oh my goodness.
marry
Oh.
me? That's me? Oh, yes, Mr. Feldzig, yes!
Isn't she incredible? Well, what are you waiting for? You ladies go put on your frillies. We'll all get married in one big club, just like they do in Utah.
Well, George, I don't know how you did it. 4 weddings in one day. I guess you're everyone's best man now.
I am?
Yes!
I am.
Hip hip!
Hooray!
Hip hip!
Hooray! He's George, that's George, the best man, George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. He's basking in the glory of a fine and well-fought. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Minister, you may begin. Oh no! I forgot the minister! Who the hell are you?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. In Rio, I was waiting when my engine needed mending. I'll fix my navigatrix, and then I'll fly and let you run straight and out. Sorry to crash the party, folks. We'll have this fixed in 2 shakes and off to Rio for carnival.
The captain of a ship before the marriage.
Yes!
And a pilot is comparable to a captain.
Yes!
And an airplane is a kind of ship. Some say it is a ship of the air. They call it an airship.
Oh, shit! Yes!
Wait, Trix, you can marry them all on the plane, and then we'll have the honeymoon in Rio.
A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye, but what a thrill when lovebirds trill and do in the sky. When bells are said and the reason that it is song.
everybody stay calm. This happens sometimes. It's a horrible old apartment with terrible wiring. Just stay calm. Try to keep the show alive in your minds. Don't talk to anyone. Don't let yourselves be distracted. I'll find the fuse box. Everybody be quiet.
It's the super!
Oh, God.
Hi.
Hello.
Your lights are out.
Yes.
Yeah, we had to shut the power off because we were replacing the breaker panel in the basement.
Yes.
So we replaced it, but when we turned off the power, the breakers in all the apartments tripped.
Yes.
That's what happens, it's normal.
Yes.
So I gotta reset the breakers.
Now?
It'll just take a second.
Oh, all right, all right.
Because I tried calling you earlier, before, but there was no answer.
Ah, I've been having trouble with the phone.
Here we go! What was that?
It was nothing.
What kind of music was that?
It was, you know, it was not, it was a record, it was musical.
You like musicals?
No.
I love musicals. I go with the wife all the time. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. Did you see Miss Saigon? They put a helicopter on stage in that one. Yeah, I've seen them all. I've seen Cats, Les Mis, Legally Blonde. I like the movie better.
Really, well, goodbye. Well, that's it, isn't it? The moment is ruined. One note away from the end of the show and the mood is broken. You know what? I should just start the record from the beginning. No, I can't do that, can I? Oh, it's so frustrating. You have to understand, I love this show so much, and I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record. This was just before my father left us. We didn't leave because of the record, but I'm sure it didn't help matters. Look, I know it's not a perfect show. The spit take scene is lame, and the monkey motif is labored. But none of that matters. It does what a show is supposed to do. It takes you to another world. It gives you a little tune to carry with you in your head, you know. A little something to help you escape from the cheery horrors of the real world. A little something for when you're feeling blue, you know? As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn.